Good morning and welcome to day 31 on the AT. It's been a little bit of a slow morning. It's 7:42. Usually I'd be pretty much ready to start walking by now. I got some really good sleep last night. There was the lightest rain hitting my tent, so I didn't have to worry about it splashing me or anything, but it was just like the perfect amount of white noise. It's obviously really quiet right here because nobody else is here. Nobody's walking on the trail. I did not want to get up this morning. Today I'm hiking to Irwin, Tennessee, where I'm hoping to get a bunk at Uncle Johnny's. Sounds like it's been pretty busy though, and it's first come first serve. I'm 8.8 miles away, I think, so it's gonna take me a few hours to get there. We'll see. I'll be really, really sad if I can't get a bunk because I need to air out all of my stuff. Like, I don't want to keep sleeping in here. Everything, my tent is wet, my sleeping pad is wet, my sleeping bag is wet. Like, every kind of piece of fabric that I own is wet, except for actually what I'm wearing right now, which, I mean, I guess that's all you can ask for, right? But it just, like, smells bad because it smells wet. You know the smell. Yeah, that's what I got going on right now. It's lovely. So I just want to air it all out and not sleep in it. You can tend to Uncle Johnny's, which I'll do if I have to, but I just don't want to. I also really need a lot more food, obviously. Like, I'm exhausted. I have learned a big lesson on this stretch on how much food I need to be packing, and I will start packing more for sure. I'm looking forward to a meal in town in Irwin somewhere. I don't know where. But I've been dreaming about a burger, so. Airplane. I thought it was thunder. Hopefully I can make that happen. It feels and looks like it's going to rain again today. Every time I check the weather forecast, the rain just extends for longer and longer. So it was only supposed to go for a couple more days, and now it's showing again for the next week. It's like 30-40% chance of rain every day, but yeah, it's gonna rain forever. The rain is really starting to get to me. I think I just need a dry place to sleep and eat and recoup. I want to clean all of my gear. If I still feel not great at the end of today, I'll take a 0 tomorrow to just kind of like get my mind right. Yeah, here's my coffee. At least I have coffee. Feet are in pretty bad shape right now from rubbing in wet socks and shoes for 3 days straight. This is residue left over from the Luco tape that I just like can't get off. So I'm doing band-aids today, even though it's annoying and so wasteful. And they don't stick as well, but the Luco tape like hurt when I peeled it off the hot spots also. So I've got hot spots right here on both of my feet from my wet socks and shoes, and then also on the back of my heels. My right heel is pretty bad. I don't know if it comes across on camera that it's like red and kind of swollen. And I've got that blister right there. And they're just disgusting. I'll probably try and do like a foot soak or something at the hostel. But I'm just gonna go crazy on the band-aids, cover up any spot was hurting yesterday. I'm kind of just running my hands over my feet and seeing where it feels like tender to the touch. That's how bad it is. And just putting a band-aid on those spots because we just have to be able to walk 8.8 miles on them. And I am going to hike in my sleep socks today because they're dry. It's like a desperate last resort, and the only reason I'm doing that is because I'm going to a hostel tonight where I can wash and dry all of my socks. Freaking feet, man. They're so important. Can't neglect your feet. And then we got the second skin on the back of that heel. Woohoo! Here's the no business knob shelter. Or not no business knob. Just no business. Someone left their phone here. That sucks. I'm glad I didn't walk here last night. There's like nowhere to hang your bear bag. If you watched yesterday's video, you saw that I had a really hard time yesterday just with my feet and my mind and my emotions. It was just a rough one. I was feeling really homesick for basically the first time on trail. That was the first time where I just was really, really missing home and was having the thought that I wanted to go home. And that obviously got me thinking a lot about, why am I out here? Why don't I go home? Like, why stay on the trail? And I've kind of talked about it briefly in the past, I know, but I didn't really talk about what my why is. Originally, my why was to kind of escape real life, like take a break from work and chores and bills and just be outside. And then I kind of changed my life entirely, and now I love my life outside of the trail. I love where I live. I love who I live with. I even like my job, kinda. I fixed everything without needing to come onto the trail, and so I have a really awesome life off of here that I could go back to. And that kind of makes it hard to be motivated some days. It would be easier in a lot of ways if I was out here to just escape, because my reason would be I don't want to go back. But I do kind of want to go back. And so then I start thinking about, why do I want to go home? It's just because it's comfortable. It's because I'm dry. I can be as warm or as cool as I want. I have clean clothes. I can shower every day. I can lay on the couch and not walk anywhere but to the kitchen all day. I have a coffee maker that makes really good coffee. I miss coffee creamer. Like, it's all those little tiny things. But I don't appreciate those when I'm home. The only reason those things sound nice is because I'm out here and I don't have them. And so that's the reality check I have to keep giving myself. I talk about how the first day back on trail after the hostel is the hardest because I'm leaving all these comforts. But the only reason I'm appreciating those comforts is because I don't currently have them. More importantly, I'm realizing I don't want to be somebody that jumps to comfort, that does the easiest thing, that quits when something is hard or uncomfortable. I want to be somebody that can push through that. And so my why has turned from escape from society to, let me just see if I can do this crazy thing, to like, I have to prove to myself that I can do this. I have to prove to myself that I can do hard things, that I can be uncomfortable, that I can work through fear, that I can have a bad day and then get up and do the same thing that caused me to have a bad day previously again. I wish my motivation was as simple as like, oh, I don't want to go back to regular life, so I gotta stay out here. That would be so easy. So it's a little harder to kind of have to keep reminding myself of what I'm doing and why I'm out here. But also, like, what a blessing to have such an incredible life to go back to. And being out here is like making me so much more grateful for the life that I have off trail. And that's been really fun. I'd love to see how far that really goes, because that's obviously going to continue to grow as I spend more time out here. That's been a really unexpected gift, I guess, from the trail. I just feel so much more appreciative of my life. Every time I have a bad day, that's what I spend a lot of time thinking about. That's what I spent a lot of yesterday thinking about. I'm not leaving the trail, I'm not going home, but I'd be lying to you if I said I don't think about it. Maybe that's not part of everyone's experience, I don't know, but it is part of mine. So just sharing. Oh, a frog. Oh, okay. This is the real deal, guys. It's really not all sunshine and rainbows. Some days just freaking suck. And all I can do is keep walking. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble on. Love you. Shout out to Doohickey for the Cliff Bar. It's helping me get down into Irwin. I'm like a mile away. That was the last of my food. Like literally, I have no other food. Today I've had breakfast essentials with my coffee. That was 140 calories. A pro meal bar, that was 440 calories. A bag of nut mix, that was 140 calories. And then this Cliff Bar is 250 calories. So it's like 970 calories that I've had today, and it's noon. And maybe that sounds like a lot to you because like in normal life that's half of my day's worth of calories that I would need, but out here I need to be eating 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. So that is just not cutting it. Also, considering I've probably been in a calorie deficit for the last 2 days because I've had to ration my food to get here. I'm really hungry and really hoping that I can get a burger and some fries. I will not make that mistake again, I promise. Look, civilization. I made it to Uncle Johnny's. I clearly got a shower. I got my loner fit on, and I splurged a little bit and I got myself a private room here. The bunks don't come with linens or pillows. I think you can pay extra for them, but I don't really want to deal with that or listen to other people's sleeping bags and inflatable pillows squish around on the mattresses all night. And it's still raining, so I'm not gonna pay to tent, so I got the private room, and honestly, no regrets. I've had a rough couple of days, so I think I can treat myself, and I'm really glad I did. It feels good. I'll show you what I got going on here, but it's insane. My pack has just exploded all over the room. But I know some people really like to see kind of the resupply day logistics and how all of this works, so I'll show you the method to the madness, and also show you my room. So, you know, we got the front door here, and this is what it looks like when you walk in. So over here we got a queen size bed. Oh, that's gonna be so nice. We got a nightstand, and then there's an air conditioner I've got running because it's a little hot. There's also a fan in the ceiling, and then under my sleeping bag that I'm drying out is a microwave and a mini fridge. I won't be using either of those, but that's pretty cool. And then I think that this cabin connects to the other cabins in the building, so that's what that door is, but we're keeping that locked. And then, you know, just a little entry area. So yeah, this is how you get in. I have my own private door from outside. So nice. Pretty much every time I get to a new hostel, I just take everything out of my bag because it's the only way I can remember everything I have to do, basically. So I fully empty the backpack, and as I'm emptying it, I put it into different piles. So I have things that I need to wash in the laundry, my dishes that I want to wash in the sink with dish soap, and things I need to charge. And then I also usually set aside stuff I want to like wipe off or clean in some way. So that's what's going on. So I have things charging in the corner here, and then by the door, that's kind of what this stuff is. It's like I want to just wipe off my tent basically outside at some point once the drizzle stops. This is all stuff that's pretty much just ready to go back in my bag. Nothing wrong with any of these things. This is my trash I need to empty. Look, it's so much trash. Okay, sleeping bag's drying out like I said. And then I also have hanging up my puffy, my rain pants, and my food bag were all just like the tiniest bit wet, so they're just hanging up to dry. And then over here, under the table, I have my laundry. I'm waiting for the washing machine to open up, and then I'll do that. And then all of this is just like stuff I want to do something with. So I have my dishes I want to wash. My sleeping pad and my pillow are pretty dirty, so I would like to take those outside at some point if I get time and just wipe them off while I'm here, even though they're just probably gonna get dirty again in the next couple of days. This bag is like all of my, I guess, like toiletries and stuff, just like self-care, I guess, or cleaning, I don't know. It's a mix of stuff, but everything in here got wet because this zipper doesn't work anymore, so I need to get a new gallon bag. And then I need to dry off everything that's in here and put it into the new gallon bag. And then, well, this I guess I'm technically done with. I just wanted to see what food I had so that I know what to get in my resupply. And yes, this is all of the food that I had left. When I got to Uncle Johnny's, I have 2 breakfast essentials, 3 salt stick packets, a little bit of hemp seeds I totally forgot about. I have a couple greens powders, a couple creatine packets. This is an empty bag that I'm just gonna get more goldfish, I think, to put in there. So that's why I'm saving it. And then 1 coffee. And I got from the hiker box. I literally was gonna go and buy these today, so that was really exciting. Stuff over here. It's ready to go back in the bag. This is stuff I need to charge, basically. And then also some things I tossed out of my pack because I like emptied out my pack and dumped all the dirt out. So I need to just put these things back in there. I need to charge my Garmin, my GoPro batteries, my headlamp, and then I have the stuff that I store all those in, and then my fanny pack there. So when it's time to go on our resupply trip, it's right by the door and I can just leave. So yeah, that's what I got going on. And then outside hanging, or like sitting out in the sun to dry. The sun is out. I have my tent poles and my poncho. I'm about to go put some things outside real quick because the sun is literally out. I just ran over to put in the sun. It's my tent, my shoes, my poncho. There's a sink with dishes you can use, soap, sponges. This is laundry. You just kind of do it yourself. They give you like 1 laundry pod. There's clotheslines outside you can hang your stuff on, but it was raining earlier. There's a second dryer. And these are the doors to all the different bunk rooms. And then over here, there is a little kitchen. Hi guys. And there's lots of places to sit outside and hang out. This is the bathhouse. There's a men's restroom and a women's restroom. There is like a general store, but it has really limited gear and resupply food. But it's nice if you want some snacks. And I wanted to show you guys the state of the trail. Hopefully you can hear me. Oh, there's a ton more bunk rooms over here also. And they have bikes that you can rent all day for $10 if you want to take yourself into town, but I'm just gonna wait for their shuttle. So I came off of the trail like somewhere up there. And the trail is supposed to go across a bridge. Here's the bridge, what the tree is resting on. This is Hurricane Helene damage. So, there's the bridge that you're supposed to walk across. The trail continues on the other side of that. And, well, this isn't the bridge. This is where the bridge used to be. Over there is the bridge. If you can see it on the bank. It just ripped off floated along the water and got pushed to the side of the river over there. And so now there is a 3.5 mile detour, I think it is, through Irwin, and it's like through neighborhoods, not even the downtown area or anything, that you have to walk through because you can't go through that river. That would be dangerous. It's probably really deep. So this place offers a shuttle. I think it's $5 and they'll take you to the other side of the river. I'm just gonna do that. I'm not gonna walk an extra 3.5 miles if I don't have to. There's also these little patios on the river. These are Uncle Johnny's. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how I handle my resupply because some people have been asking to see more of that process. So this is what the pile of stuff that I just got from Food City looks like. There's a lot of food. I'm gonna have to carry all of this. So first thing I'm gonna do is take everything out of the packaging and get rid of like all the extra pieces of packaging I don't need, like well, this entire Reese's bag. Actually, I'm just gonna have the candies, but then like there's tops to some of these things I don't need. This I actually might move into a sandwich bag. Little things like that. So I'm gonna do that really quick. Okay, I just repackaged everything and also laid it out kind of in the order that I'm gonna eat it to walk you through what I bought and why. So right now I'm in Irwin, Tennessee, and the next place I'm gonna resupply is gonna be Roan Mountain, Tennessee. I think I can get there in 4 days, so I got enough food for 5 days because I have learned my lesson. And pretty much I just make a list of everything I need. I say I need 5 breakfasts, 5 second breakfasts, 5 lunches, 5 dinners, and if I have the time before I get to the store, I actually think about what I want to get for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then I'll write those things specifically on my list, if that makes sense. So for this stretch, I knew I wanted to do 2 Nor meals and 3 ramen bombs, and kind of what I wanted in them, and then I knew I wanted granola for breakfast, and I just figured out my second breakfast and my lunches while I was at the grocery store. And then I also knew for snacks I wanted a chocolate snack, I wanted more goldfish, I wanted nuts, and I wanted candy and some kind of bar. And so that was like my list going into the store, and this is what I got. So I'll start with like, this section is the first 5 days worth of food. So every day for breakfast, first thing I'm gonna have some granola with some dried blueberries and a breakfast essentials in it, and then I have my coffee, and I'll also put breakfast essentials in my coffee. So that's first breakfast every day before I start hiking. And then I have second breakfast a couple hours in usually. For the first few days, I've been really craving Nutella. I saw a girl on the trail with just a jar of Nutella, and I was like, that's freaking genius, because there's so many calories in Nutella. So Nutella, some banana chips, put it on a tortilla, yum. Last 2 days I got some protein cookies. I actually don't know if those are good. Yeah, just a nice substantial breakfast, and these were like 240 calories, 15 grams of protein. And then lunch for the first 2 or 3 days, however long it lasts, I got some cheese. I really just wanted cheese and crackers, so I got the garlic and herb cheese, and then the everything bagel pretzel cracker things. They had to go into 2 bags, but I will eat all those. I love them so much. And then for the last 2 days, I have these, you know, tuna bean packets that I put on tortillas. And for dinner, I have Nor meal, 2 chicken packets, Nor meal, 2 tuna packets, and then I'm gonna have a ramen bomb the last 3 nights, so I'm gonna try different kinds of chicken every night. And then I also got the loaded, well, this I got in the hiker box here, so the loaded baked potatoes, instant mashed potatoes, and then I really liked putting the bacon bits in it before, so I'm gonna do that again, so I got more. And then for snacks, try to get like a variety, I guess. So I love a sour candy on trail just while I'm hiking. I really liked having the fruit snacks this past stretch, more goldfish, nuts because it's really good long-lasting energy. I've been craving the Reese's Thins, and they only had the shareable size pack, but I will eat all of those, I promise. And then these just sounded good. I just wanted some kind of like bar type snack, and it's a peanut butter and jelly wafer bar. Sounds yummy. So that's all the food I got. And then other things I just needed, I ran out of wet wipes, so I got more wet wipes. And then I got some Vaseline, because I heard that if you hike in wet socks and wet shoes, and you're in like wet socks for a long time, you can put Vaseline on your feet before you put them in your wet socks, and it acts as a water barrier so your skin doesn't absorb water. Because the reason that I got the blisters on my feet is because my feet were wet. Wet skin stretches a lot, and that's what, that like constant repetitive stretching is what causes the blisters. And so I guess if you put Vaseline on, it stops your skin from absorbing as much water, and then you won't get those blisters. So my feet hurt so bad from 3 days of wet socks. I'm just gonna start keeping this in my bag. It's heavy and bulky and annoying, but also this might really save me one day, especially because there is still a bunch of rain in the forecast, and I just don't want to feel on my feet what I felt yesterday ever again, ideally. So that is pretty much the entire resupply. I guess I did also get myself a donut because they were 50 cents because it was after 5 p.m. And then I got breakfast for tomorrow. So I got this little yogurt mix-ins, 2 hard-boiled eggs, and some strawberries and mangoes. Because I can, because I have a fridge. And all of this cost me $112.92. Which just feels so expensive. But yeah, that's the resupply. I'm about to go stuff it all into my food bag. I'm so happy to have food on trail again. Stop for the night. Eagles drink as I came to the highway. Stickers on the ceiling, Gatorade on ice. Gatorade on ice. We are all just travelers here, so hike your own hike. Yeah, 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 yeah! They gathered for the feast, had all the ramen they could eat, but they just can't feed the beast. Last thing I remember, I was hiking on the trail. I had to find the passage back to the place I know so well. Relax in the white man, program to receive. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. No, no.